let's have a quick demo now. You can see that you can choose the departure time and arrival time, and there is a calendar for it. And after you choose the time, and you can just submit your choice. And we will show you the car, the bus, and the train the cost and the time you will use. And if you want to book the bus, you can see that all information is inside the bus button. And you can use the capital bus or Gumalan bus to arrive to Yilan or Luodong. And the train schedule is also there. We have a caller to find out the newest information from the website. And if you want to drive your own car, it is okay to book for the reserved lane. The first thing you should do is log in with your Facebook. It's very easy, and after you log in, you can just book the reservation, and you can see that the result shows out. You boot it. And we are a real-time web and software, so you can use the apps in the left-hand side or the website on the right-hand side. And after you submit your choice from the app, you can see that the result also shows out on web. There are so many cars in Sheshan Tunnel. According to the research, the capacity of tunnel is around 1,200 to 2,000 cars every hour. However, there are 4,500 cars every hour in Sheshan Tunnel. So it is very easy for them to become a traffic jam, and cars will stop there or just look like parked there. So how do we fix these problems? We find out two solutions. The first one is reduce traffic flow, and the second one is control the traffic flow. And what do we mean reduce the traffic flow? We mean the model should shift. This means that people will not only drive their own cars, but they should maybe take the public transport system like buses or trains, or take alternative roads. And why do they doesn't take those choice now? Because it is too inconvenient for them. They have to find out so many information in different websites, so they are lazy. It makes sense. So what do? We want to build an app or software that they can grab the information easily, like they can know if they take the car, the cost, and the time. So this will give them some advantage of easily compare all kinds of ways. So maybe now when we have a discount and we tell them, they will swift to choose the train, and maybe swift to choose the buses because they think it's cheaper, and it also saves some times for them. And what's the next question is, how do we control the system? Now we depend on police officers' instinction, which means that they decide everything. However, we should make our choice and decide depends on our data. So what do we think is, we want to build a reserve system and reserve land. Our idea is that in the highway we should have the reserve lane and normal lane in Sheshan Tunnel, which means that if people want to use Sheshan Tunnel, they should book or reserve on the internet, and they can get the reserve lane, work on the reserve lane, and it will be faster and save more time. And the advantage of this is government can easily calculate how many people is going to use Sheshan Tunnel in the future times. And this will help them make some modifications, like distribute the land in the Sheshan Tunnel or in the highway, or even control the flow by some calculations. So the next problem is, how do we make these policies in a real world? How do we punish those drivers they don't follow our rules? And it is also very easy, because we can easily combine with e-tech. The e-tech can decide which cars was going to use the Sheshan Tunnel now, and maybe they can just charge from them. And in the future, we can not only combine with e-tech to make those kinds of calculation, we can also use it in the car's control system. And government can directly connect and communicate with the drivers and tell them, maybe with our calculation, you should start earlier to make the flow more fluently. Besides, our app can also be used as a big data, and people can analyze all kinds of information inside to find out the parameter and the results.